you know, it's been a day. Let's get our drink.
Yeah.
So, yeah. The wind's not helping this fire. I swear to God. Yeah. How are you?
I'm doing okay. How about yourself?
I'm also doing okay. It's been a while since the reunion, really, since we have talked.
Yeah.
Regardless of our feelings, I want you to know that I am here for you and you mean a lot to me. But I also need to be honest and tell you that I'm a little bit upset. The bottom line is this, Lezli. I love you. We've known each other a long time, like I said before, but I'm honestly disappointed. I feel like you could be a better friend. I'm not saying you can't be friends with her. I mean, we're good, Lily and I, but I'd be lying if I said it didn't bother me. It just bothers me the whole way you went about it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, are you sorry? I can't really tell. You just seem really, really, really stone-faced.
Like I already said, I don't think that what I did was wrong. But I also do see your point of view.
Wow.
And for you to,
Wow.
It sounds kind of like you're blaming me for what I did, and I don't appreciate it. I also do put in, like, this is our friendship, Sammy.
Yeah. Yep.
And
sure is.
it kind of makes me feel like you don't want me to be friends with her because of the way I reacted and the way that I got, you know.
Maybe I don't.
That's really selfish, Sammy.
But
Since when?
Since the reunion, I just felt like you didn't have my back as much as I expected. I thought you were there for me prior to that, and then you go ahead and just give her excuses. I don't know. I maybe I don't want you to be friends with her because it hurts too much.
That's very selfish of you, Sammy.
Maybe.
And you're not like that. I don't know what, I mean, maybe it was since then,
Mm-hmm.
but for you to also come and tell me all of this after we haven't spoken in who knows how long. Can you recall the last conversation that we had before this or
No.
before the reunion?
No, I haven't talked to you since then. It's been
Exactly, Sammy.
months. It's been months.
Because I also do feel like every time that we talk is because I also reach out to you to see how you're doing. And I'm not saying that I'm the only one that's doing that, but it's really selfish of you to
Well,
act like this right now with me when you can't even reach out to me.
I've
see how
reached
I'm
out
doing.
so many times, and you know it. I feel like I always put my leg out.
So you're calling
For
me a
you.
liar.
Well, it kind of seems like you're lying.
You know what, Sammy? I think you're being really selfish right now.
Selfish how? Tell me how.
You're actually making me almost want to reconsider this friendship.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that actually breaks my heart. That's really fucking bitchy. You know that? That is really fucking bitchy of you, Lezli.
Do not
Honest to
call
God.
me a bitch.
I'll call you a bitch if I want to call you a bitch. Why are you acting like
Don't
that?
you dare to call me a bitch again in my
You
face.
just said that about our friendship. That's fucked up. That
know
is
what, Sammy?
fucked up.
No. You know what? Lily was right about you. You don't
What?
give a fuck about
Wow.
the people that actually
Are
give
you
a fuck
fucking
about you.
kidding me right now?
I'm not kidding you. You actually don't give a fuck about the people that give two fucks about you when I've been there for you too, and look at how you're acting. I can't believe you. I cannot. Nope, I'm leaving. Nope, fuck. Where's my car? I don't want to hear you, Sammy. No, I don't want to fucking hear it. She was right about you, and I defended your ass.
Where's Lily now? Where is she?
Yeah, in a better place than you, bitch.
Keep running. Keep running. Yep, bye. Bye, bitch. Yeah, bye.
They were right about you, Sammy. He was right about you. You're a bitch. That's all you are.
Welcome Season 2 reunion of the Real Housewives of Chico. This season started with friendships forming, tensions bubbling, and a few rumors that shook the group right from the start. Tonight, we're gonna get to the truth, the drama, the secrets, and the moments that changed everything. So we're gonna start with our early season tensions. Super nice and chill, episode 1. It was a really nice segue into our new season. In the first part, Sammy, let's go ahead and start with you and Sydney, actually. You guys had a meeting at the park, and it seemed pretty clear from the beginning that you kind of felt a little bit protective over Sydney, and Sydney felt a little bit protective over you. Going into the season, why did you feel the need to establish that right away with Sydney?
I felt like it was a good opportunity for Sydney and I to both deepen our friendship at the park, and with prior relationships from the first season and what happened after the reunion, which I'm sure we'll get into later on. I just felt like I needed someone who I could fully trust. I've never had any prior issues with Sydney, and I felt like I could trust her. So I feel like that was a good bonding moment for the two of us.
Yeah, Sammy's just one of my closest friends, and so kind of just building off what he said, I felt like it was a good chance for us to just deepen the bond, and also seeing what happened in the previous season. I just needed to let him know, like, I'm there for him, and also watching out for him.
Yeah, you made an actual comment about that where you had said that if we need to throw hands, then you're ready to do that. Were you prepared at all for what this season really unleashed towards Samuel?
No, not at all. I was prepared for it a little bit, but also definitely was a little more shocked on how things turned out between everybody.
Yeah, it definitely got a little bit fiery. During that episode, you shared a little bit about your relationship with your mom and how everything's going on with that. Do you have any updates? Are everything much better?
Yeah, I think things are a lot better than where they were. It's been honestly a really hard year just dealing with it all. I know I don't really want to go into too many details about it, but it is a lot better now. But it was definitely a very hard year for me and my family. Just very, emotional. It's hard when you see people you care about get hurt and make bad choices for themselves and then get hurt by those choices. And all you can do is watch and be there. But it definitely made my relationship with my family stronger, and things are looking better. So,
well, I'm glad to hear that, and it's good. It's good when things tend to work out.
yes.
One of the comments that was made by Sammy and Sydney was that Taylor had a resting face, and it seemed that Samuel assumed that it was only directed towards Sydney for whatever reason. So Taylor, what was really going on there with those flashbacks of your resting bee face?
To be completely honest, this is the face I was born with, and if anybody doesn't like it, that's not my fault. It's that simple. I don't really know what I'm supposed to do about my face. Unfortunately, people think that I just don't like them because of my face.
Well,
So,
do you like Sydney?
Sydney, I love you.
Yes.
It's okay.
No, I get very nervous when I meet people for the first time, and I tend to be a little more on the defensive and staying back, but I have grown to love Taylor, so I know she doesn't mean anything by that.
Sorry. And for the record, I love you as well. That was kind of my shady way of doing like a little initiation without you there. So I was a little like, oh, I don't really know this newbie. So even though we brought her on, I kind of wanted to give her a little sneak peek as to what this kind of group is. But you are honestly such a great person. I really enjoyed having you this season. So
Yeah, that actually brings me to my next question. Taylor, it was shared that you joined the Housewives of Chico through reaching out to Samuel on TikTok.
Yep.
What was that about? What
100%
sparked you? What sparked you to do that?
I saw it. I'm a huge Bravo fan. I run like a Bravo page and everything. So I saw it on my For You page, and I was like, is this in my town? This is kind of crazy. So I literally just commented on it, and I was like, if you need people next season, let me know. I'm here. I live here. We're good. So yeah, that's how it happened, and here I am now.
Wow, awesome. And plan to come back?
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see after what happened in the season finale, that's for sure. So even though the episode was pretty chillax, it did end up with a rumor that was shared between Sammy and
Sydney.
thank you. Sammy and Sydney.
Not her forgetting your name.
I can remember the techniques.
Oh.
Okay, anyways. So some messages between Sammy and Sydney, where you brought up a rumor about Jazz possibly having an OnlyFans because she was down in LA filming a lot. Now, before I get into why you said that, let's start with you over here, Jazz. What were you doing in LA filming a lot?
Let's just say there were some things that I still am not able to talk about at this time. But that is not what I was doing in LA.
Okay, so you're clearing the air. You do not have an OnlyFans.
I do not have an OnlyFans, nor did I ever have or think about having an OnlyFans. I was down there filming, but at this time I cannot disclose what I was filming.
Interesting. Yeah. No only toes, nothing like that?
No only feet, no only toes.
Now, did Samuel know what you were doing in LA filming for?
I think I might have briefly mentioned it. I may not have given any details. As I said, I can't really talk about the details yet.
Yeah.
So I may not have known the full thing, but
Yeah.
what was
But
said
he
was
knew
said.
you were down there for
He
like
knew
your
I was down
work
there, yeah.
and things like that. Okay.
It was very, very big.
Mm.
So.
What made you think that it was appropriate to assume that that was why she was down there in LA?
It was a little bit targeted. Oh, absolutely. Say it 100% honestly that I felt like you weren't really a part of this group, even though you were. So it was a little bit pointed, and that was my intent with starting that rumor.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, wasn't the first and only rumor you spread, so.
That's true. Yeah. And then we're not getting away with that so easy. Sydney, you made a comment that it seemed like Jazz. It made sense for her. You want to explain your comment regarding that?
Yeah, I mean, just kind of give that energy a little bit. And I mean, when you're saying vague things like just going to go down and film and you're not wanting to give the details, it just,
1 + 1 = 2.
You know
Exactly.
there is such thing as an NDA, so can't
Yeah.
talk about it. If I
I've
can't
done a
talk
little bit of
about it, I
acting.
can't talk about it.
Yeah, you're not the only actor around here.
Just saying.
Yeah. Well, and just like that, the season started with tension and rumors. But as we all know, things only escalated at the Halloween party. So let's go ahead and get into that. Sammy, now this kind of is out of the housewife realm. When we went to Jazz's house, she graciously hosted that Halloween party. She also had a longtime friend there. Bailey, was it?
Bailey, yeah.
Bailey. Okay, great. In the episode with the Halloween party, we noticed that Bailey and Sammy are kind of catching up, and Sammy makes a comment, "I'm surprised we've stuck around for as long as we have." That sounded like a harsh dig at Jazz as a friend, and kind of a regretful sentence of whether you're still wanting to be friends with her. Do you think you had those feelings because of some underlying issues?
100%. I didn't follow that up with what I was dealing with, which happened to be the disappearance of my cat, who, it may sound hilarious to some, it might be silly, but literally that cat has been through it with me for the roughest parts of this year. So it may be funny to some, but that cat is literally a child to me, and I've had several people who are even in this friend group and Taylor reach out hoping the best for me and showing their support and hoping that my cat would return home. Thank God he did. So when someone doesn't follow through as a good friend, that's a problem for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very big problem for me because I think I have proven via these two and several others from last season that I am a good friend. And oh, is something funny?
Yeah. Your comment was, but continue.
We'll get into that, so
Mm-hmm.
I'll just keep it
Yeah,
out of that.
Yeah, we
Jazz, how did you feel seeing that comment that he made directly towards your lifelong friend as well, Bailey, about how we stuck around for as long as we have. That's surprising.
Well, I will admit I can be a lot sometimes. Even my parents admit that I am a lot. Might just be because I'm an only child, and that's fine. I am a lot. I will own that. But the fact that it was all about a cat is ridiculous to me. Like, yes, I have animals too. Yes, I'm an only child, like I just said. So a lot of my pets are also like siblings or family to me. But I didn't see it. And so the fact that he's as upset as he is about me not reaching out, if I don't know that there's something that's a problem, how am I supposed to reach out? If I don't see it, how do I know?
But you saw it after he was found.
I saw after he was found, and I said something then.
For you to have said it after, it just felt like, well, does it really mean anything? So I questioned really if you really did care, because you never showed that you did care.
Well, of course I cared. It was already after the fact. Well, there was nothing for me to say at that point.
I was angry. I was upset. I felt like you weren't a good friend to me. And so I don't know what else you needed to say, but that was where I was at that point.
And another point too, apparently during the time that Squirt went missing, you had a TikTok that was blowing up. So you were paying attention to your blowing up your TikTok. So you were on social media at the time. You were viewing things, you were checking things out, as we all do. So, what is your excuse for that?
Well, he had put it on Snapchat, and I simply just don't check Snapchat stories.
I put on
You put
Instagram,
on Instagram
Snapchat,
too.
Facebook, and I shared it with multiple people.
Well, to be fair, at the time, I don't even think I even had a Facebook account or very active on it. I might have been, but maybe not. I'm not a story check person. I do not click through stories. If it is posted as a post, I will see it. If not, I just don't see it. And I'm sorry that I didn't say anything in the moment. I didn't know. I had a lot going on in my life too. You weren't the only one.
I'm not saying I'm the only one, but I know that we all did. And I feel like I would reach out to every single one of you if you had something going on.
And speaking of having things going on, I did want to ask, you guys were playing a fun game, Never Have I Ever, that didn't turn out to be so fun, with Samuel storming out of the house. But during the Never Have I Ever game, Jazz, you also revealed something very personal about your friend Bailey.
Okay, never have I ever.
Oh, that's fucked up.
That's what I was saying. That's why I didn't want to say
I'm
it.
not okay with that one, but okay.
That's why I said I wasn't gonna say it. Y'all made me say it.
That one won't be in there, right?
No, I don't.
Not if you don't want it to.
No. Thank you.
Yeah, no, don't put that in
I
there.
appreciate that.
But it ended up being redacted in the show because it was pretty personal. Why did you feel in that moment that was something appropriate to share publicly, knowing that later on in the season, Samuel does something kind of similar to you?
I felt very bad about it. Her and I had a conversation about it. We've been friends for a little over 11 years, so it's been a very long friendship for us. Still not an excuse. Shouldn't have been something I said. But her and I were able to talk it out, figure it out. It was something that had happened a long time ago. What I had said is something that had happened a long time ago. So she had also been more open about it by that point in time. Still not an excuse to bring it out for her.
So if you can work it out with your lifelong friend or your friend of a decade at least, why do you think it's been so difficult to work it out with Samuel?
That's a silly question.
Yeah, you're right. I don't enable you. I think she definitely enables your behavior, your actions, and I think that also extends to your family. And it's as simple as that.
One
And-
thing I love about Sammy, sorry,
No, you're
I
good.
will say he does say things very, blunt, but he always means what he says and he stands on it, and that's something that I love about you. Because no matter how hard it is to say it, you say it out of love.
Thank you.
That is a lie, but go ahead. Continue.
Oh. You're
Why
right.
is it a lie?
It's a lie because he doesn't say things out of love. I think that is complete BS. But yeah, because there's so many other things that he is, I agree with you, Sydney, that there's a couple things that Sammy can be really blunt about. Definitely. That's not a lie. But there are also not you know, there are some things that are not, you know, and he can't be blunt about them. No matter how much love he claims to have for other people, he can't be blunt about them. He will literally bite around the bush and not say it. So, yeah, I don't agree with you on that, but, you know.
He'll say what he needs to for a reaction. It's as simple as that.
You would know. You would know.
Probably
Maybe
would,
not
since
for
he's
you.
been
What
on
is
the
that supposed to mean?
other end of it.
You just say things to get reactions. You say things just to get the attention, because Lord knows you need it.
I think that also falls back on you when you say that, because you also do need attention. You feel like you are in need to always be the center of attention. I feel that.
Do you disagree?
Yeah, I like the attention, but the difference is,
He doesn't disagree. Of course he doesn't.
would you like me to? Because it's better for you, or
Love
what's the problem?
I'm not. I don't
At least
have
I
a
own it.
problem at this point.
So, I mean, would you rather have me just fake it, like some people?
No, I'd rather you have told me when you found out, because in a heartbeat I would have done it for you.
We'll get into
Yeah.
that. Don't
We'll get
push
into
it.
that, no worries. I did want to briefly mention something. At this Halloween party that kind of ended in a crap show, Taylor did bring someone super special, her fiance, Sawyer. I wanted to ask you, what was Sawyer's opinion on the Housewives?
Oh boy.
Please share.
We got in the car and he was like, okay. And that was about it. I very vividly remember that when we were leaving. He was like, okay. And I was like,
Right.
I told you. I warned you. And he was like, yeah. And that was pretty much where we ended that because,
For a lot.
I mean, it's not his work to really have an opinion on. So he kind of keeps it to himself as much as he can. He absolutely loves Sammy though.
Oh my god.
Loves Sammy
I can die
so
happy.
much. He's
Oh
just
my
like,
gosh.
I love Sammy. He's the whole vibe. He's great. We love him.
Great.
I
So-
love
Are we going to see Sawyer again in maybe some future episodes, future seasons?
Ooh.
Maybe as your husband?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Our wedding's in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So,
She'll be a true housewife.
She
literally.
will.
Yeah, she will. Well, just wanted to end on that sweet note.
Thank you.
But it seems no party ends without hurt feelings. This group definitely knows that, for sure. And the drama only deepens with old friends returning. Episode 3 was a nice, warming welcome from a previous housewife, Kristen. She actually ended up being in Chico and decided to meet with Samuel. And she got to share a little bit about what she was doing up there. She was visiting a friend at her wedding. But again, during this meeting, we got to debrief again about the cat situation in Jazz. So, Kristen mentioned a friend who skipped a wedding, and you said that that triggered you about the squirt situation. So, what exactly did squirt have to do with a wedding? Can you explain that?
I think I was triggered as to her friend showing similarities with the friend that I had an issue with. I think that's what my intent with saying that was. Pretty much because of what I was going through with Jazz. I just resonated with her, and it didn't trigger me in a bad way. I think I say that in the film. It reminded me of how selfish people can be.
Yeah, the feelings that you were experiencing. You even said that you don't want to enable Jazz's behavior anymore, and that's something you've already mentioned. Can you maybe explain the specific behaviors you don't want to enable from Jazz?
I just don't think she understands what it means to be a friend as far as acts of kindness, acts of spending time. I reach out, it's not reciprocated as much. Okay, she'll sigh, that's fine. You're entitled to feel how you feel, but the proof is in the pudding. So I just don't think she really thinks about those who are around her as much as she should. I feel like I show a lot of gratitude to those who I surround myself with through quality time, and just saying a simple thank you is enough.
I disagree.
So do I.
Tweedledee and Tweedledum, am I right? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, seems like that's going to be
Says you.
definitely a running theme in this reunion. So while some friendships are dealing with tension and boundaries, others are navigating very personal challenges. And so speaking of that, during this episode, we got to learn a little bit about Sawyer, again, with Taylor And we actually learned that Sawyer was having some health issues and experienced a pretty severe seizure. And he lost his license because of it. But then he tried getting it back and he had some issues. So Sawyer, he is epileptic?
Yeah, he has epilepsy.
Okay.
He's had it since he was 18, I want to say.
Oh, wow.
So like 13 years?
Yeah.
14 years, something like that, however old he is.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And you were very vulnerable. You shared that sometimes it can affect the emotional weight that you carry within the relationship. Sometimes it being equal, sometimes it's being more or less. How are you navigating that? How are you guys navigating that together?
You don't really navigate it. It's full day by day. He could be completely 100% full emotional for our relationship one day, and the next day he's completely 10% just because of the medication he's on and him having epilepsy, because all of the medications you take for epilepsy are all mood stabilizers. So you're taking 4 different mood stabilizers. So you're literally like this. So it's a full day by day situation.
Oh gosh. Well, I did notice that he dropped you off today.
He did.
So he does have his license, guys.
Yes,
So
yes he does.
We're good there. We dealt with the DMV situation.
Yep.
So that's fantastic.
I'm so happy for him.
Yeah.
I love that. He's such a sweetheart.
That made me happy too, because I don't know Sawyer that well, but I got to learn a little bit about him through the show. So that was really great. I want to step back a little bit because there is a piece of information that we have not touched on. But this might explain why there's some intense tension between Lezli and Samuel. So before the poorhouse meetup, there was a moment in the early episodes where you had to get together for an apology because of a huge fight that you guys had. Can you guys kind of explain that? What happened? You guys had this big fight, I guess. It was a bit. You were yelling at each other. Do you want to explain that, Lezli?
Yeah, let's hear your version first.
We tried to get together to talk about, basically to catch up, to see how we were both doing, and it went south, like it always does apparently, now. And he called me a bitch. He said I was a bitch and I was not having it.
I didn't call you a bitch. I said you were acting like a bitch, and that's what sent you into a fucking banshee chase off and like acting like a fucking imbecile, running to your car, saying, yeah, Lily was right about you, blah, 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 all this bullshit. And I feel like because you weren't sorry for not having my back and turning on me at that moment at the reunion, and you know that moment, and you not being sorry about that really affected my trust in you. And so I stood my ground and you didn't like that. So I don't know what else there is left to do. And that's all that happened. We went to the juice bar and you didn't like what I had to say. I didn't like what you had to say because you weren't sorry and didn't
Well,
end
then
well.
at some point you guys were sorry because right in the beginning of the show we do see that you guys get together at Samuel's house and you share some sentiments and you have some apologies. But as we see, we don't. It doesn't actually get solved. I feel like it's almost been the catalyst for the season between you two guys. So yeah, just wanted to check in with that because we know that most of the girls got invited to go to Poorhouse, and Samuel deliberately chose not to invite Jazz because he said he wanted space from her. It seems like for once they were on the same page because Jazz went to Connecticut to get space from Samuel. Quite a far amount of space.
Sometimes you gotta go long ways.
Yeah, seems like that. I'm jealous though. How is PCR on the ice?
Literally.
Awesome. Once
Yeah.
in a lifetime experience, especially because they didn't do another one this year.
Oh, that's
2
great.
years in a row and not one this year.
Yeah. Well, how did you feel before I get into it? How did you feel knowing you came back that all these girls got to meet up and got to meet up without you?
Well, I didn't know for 3 months that they hadn't even met up. So when I found out, I was kind of sad that I wasn't invited, but I wasn't really that surprised with how mad and how bad everything got left off with me and Sammy. And no surprise, that's what he does. So
Were you
no surprise.
concerned at all about what he was saying or anything?
Yes or no. Yes, just because I know how he is, and I know that he, like I stated earlier, What was that?
I said, because you know me so well.
I do. 5.5 years, I think I know you pretty well. Anyway, as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, Sammy will say whatever it is he needs to say to get a reaction, no matter what it has to be, whether it's true or not. So, I'm not fully surprised.
Yeah. Well, he did share some things at that dinner.
Oh yeah.
We'll get into it. But at this dinner, this was one of the few times Lezli was able to join us for a housewife reunion. I think this was about halfway through the show. You've been pretty busy. You've been going through a lot. You did share that. How did it feel walking into Poorhouse knowing there was some lingering tension between you and Samuel?
I went in to Poorhouse with an open mind, and I was willing to let all things go. In my head, I was like, okay, it's a new day, and maybe we can figure something out. Maybe it's going to be, not as tense between all of us. In a sense, I had a feeling that Sammy was going to be talking or bringing me up to the girls. But then I didn't want to assume that he was going to be talking about me. It wasn't until I got there that I found out that he wasn't talking about me. And, was saying things about Jazz that he shouldn't have. And
You seemed pretty delighted about the news at that time.
oh my god,
That's insane. No, I was gonna say something about her comment.
Hold on, pause.
That her.
Pause. My mic fell.
what?
Yes.
Wow, I am so... And I just feel like he has to hear an apology from someone at all times. And he doesn't take accountability for doing things wrong, but he does see the faults in everybody else. So I went in. I actually made it that day after work. I was getting out of work. I went home, took a quick shower, and then made it to the restaurant. So by all means, I did make it that day, and I had fun. It was nice catching up with everybody, seeing the girls, and having that conversation and whatnot. But I went in with a clear mind. I didn't think that it was going to turn into like a chaos, which I didn't believe it did at all.
Well, and it did kind of seem like tensions were a little bit lower between you guys because during that dinner, Samuel shared that you had reached out to him because of something with your boyfriend, and Samuel got to share with everyone a little bit about his experiences with and how he could kind of relate. But the thing that you had shared with Samuel, you didn't give any details to him, but when you came to the girls, you shared that you and your boyfriend were drinking a little too much and things just kind of got a little out of hand, but that was kind of all the details that were shared. But you said everything was much better.
Oh yeah. Everything is couldn't be better, honestly. It was a little rough night, I would say, but then what do you expect when you're drinking too much? That's like sure. So it's bound to happen whether you like it or not. Alcohol is not your friend.
I'm glad you guys are better, but some
of
of the girls didn't think that was the honest truth. Sydney had mentioned that she doubted your honesty and that she felt that you were withholding some things about your relationship.
I understand where she was coming from, but it's really not up to me to share what I don't want to share about my relationship. So I want to keep things very private when it comes to my relationship. Not only because he's the first person that I go out with publicly, or at least this publicly. So I was telling Sam that I don't post anyone, I don't tag anyone, I really don't take the time to be as public with my relationship, and I still feel like it was way too early to be even open about what we were going through when it wasn't figured out between us both, even. That's all.
Well, that was the same dinner that Samuel shared that he knew something about your boyfriend. And we'll get into that in a little bit. But I wanted to pivot over here to Sydney. You know, you don't know Lezli that well. So what cues were there that made you feel that she was withholding some things about her relationship?
Honestly, I feel like, I mean, she just said it. She's private about her relationship and what goes on in it, which I respect that. I'm the same way with my partner. So I think I just sensed that and probably just assumed a little too much in the situation. But, I mean, I totally understand not wanting to be completely open or share all the details because, I mean, I know you, but we haven't known each other that long.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
I respect
Yeah,
that
so not out of
decision.
ill will.
Yeah,
You were just,
no.
concerned.
Thank you.
Yeah, I
Yes.
wanted to clear that up, see if
Yeah,
there was
thank
any
you.
issues there. That's good.
Sydney's not like that.
Yeah, okay. Well, finally, we come to Sammy is just notorious for oversharing sometimes. It's kind of like his vendetta. And sometimes he overshares more than what he should. And at this same dinner, Sammy shares that after the Halloween party, Jazz had gone over to his house and shared something with him that was extremely private, which was that she possibly could have been pregnant. So, Samuel, why did you feel the need to share that with a group of girls that Jazz, as she said, had met a month ago at that time?
I was experiencing a lot of hurt with Jazz. Like I mentioned, and we're already laughing. So should I even bother? Do you
Go for
want
it.
to hear?
I want to hear what you have to
Are
say.
you sure?
Yeah,
You-
go for it.
I know you don't have a lot going on up in there.
No,
but I
that's
want to make
for
sure
sure.
Go for
you're
it.
very confident
Let's hear it.
that you
Go.
want to hear my answer.
Go for it.
Okay, thank you. So I was experiencing a lot of hurt from you, and I didn't feel like anything was off limits at that dinner because, and to be frank, I had a little too much to drink, which is my own fault. I will take accountability since apparently I lack in that department, but I beg to differ. I drank a little bit too much, and when I get sassy, sometimes I get a little too much, and I do regret saying that. And I think I do owe you an apology for that, so I am sorry, because like you see in the episode, I did apologize, I meant it, and even though I was hurting a lot from you, it's not alright. It's not okay. You did trust me in confidence, and I betrayed you. I really did.
Mm-hmm.
And so I am sorry for that. Just know that I was going through my own stuff as well.
Yeah.
So,
Are you concerned that your behavior in that moment might have affected the opinions of the other girls about you?
for sure. Absolutely. I think this was probably, I know we're only 2 seasons in, but this was my favorite season so far. Dealing with Squirt, dealing with my situationship that I have never, ever come across to experience in my life. And it was something that was very personal for me and something that I was not accustomed to. And dealing with my own family dynamics, my grandpa had passed 2 months prior. We even started the season. I think with all of those dynamics and all those factors for this season for me, I definitely think it just piled on, and I didn't handle myself as well as I would have hoped I would. And it did strike fear in me how Taylor, Sydney, and Jazz and Lezli would perceive me, because I feel like everyone does have a good grasp on the kind of person I am, but I think that I can admit that this was not my best representation. But I can admit that.
I was shocked watching that. I was surprised that, you get a little bit hurt, and that's the first secret that you're gonna spill.
Yeah.
Taylor, did you want to share anything? Like, did you feel that might have, because you had some confessional moments where you're like, why did Sammy bring that to the group of girls? Like, if I were him, I would have spoken to them one-on-one.
Yeah, I mean, there's a time and a place, and that was not the time or place. And we were probably not people that should have known about that, because we had met Jazz so recently that it's just information I necessarily don't need or want, I guess, about somebody that I'm just meeting. So it didn't really make me think differently of him, because I do know that he had too much to drink. I was there. I watched how much he drank, because I wasn't drinking at the time. So
Yeah. But does it make you weary with sharing things with him going forward? Are you concerned at all that if you share something with him that he would just bring it out to the housewives if he had a little too much to drink?
No.
No?
I don't care. I tell my own life to everybody.
Yeah.
I'm an oversharer of my own life.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really care if my information comes out. If I'm telling somebody something, clearly I know in my brain that there is a possibility that other people will find out about it. Because once it comes out of your mouth to somebody else's ears, they can go tell whoever they want to tell.
That's a good point.
So at that point, then I shouldn't tell anybody anything almost. Because I'm worried about stuff coming out.
You're saying that Jazz shouldn't have trusted Sammy at all
No, I didn't say
with
that.
her secrets?
I didn't say that.
Good.
I was saying that me personally, I'm talking about me here. I'm not talking about anybody else in this.
Because she's bringing up the conversation where, you know, what happened and what your thoughts were. I just wanted to ask you, because if that was the case, then, you know, you do have Jazz here who did trust Sammy. And, you know, obviously, if you have a friend of so many years, you know, you expect them not to share, or maybe that would be the last thing that they would share when they're drunk. Mm-hmm. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, the question that I'm answering though is if she's asking if I feel comfortable.
Right, but then you said that you didn't care about your life being shared. Now, back then to that same episode, you know, she didn't want her personal life being shared. That was the case. I don't know if you understand where I'm coming from.
I do. No, I completely understand where you're coming from. But I mean, if that's something that you don't want shared, as I said before, once it comes out of your mouth to somebody else, they can literally go tell whoever they want to tell. So if you're telling somebody something that you don't want other people to know, you shouldn't tell anybody.
How do we know what he said is even true?
That's not. Once again, that's not the question that I'm answering here, though. So I'm answering the question.
Are you saying that what he said was a lie?
Right, that's where I will stumble right now. Because you came over, you said
He
it.
said earlier there was more rumors that he said.
That's not a rumor, you told me about
It's
it.
a rumor. If it's not true, it's a rumor.
The fact
But
that
did
you
it come
had
from
a
your mouth?
pregnancy scare?
Because I never said it.
Oh, so now you're a liar.
No, I'm not
Not
a
that
liar.
not that I didn't know that, but now we've got
No, I'm not a liar.
So
I'm
what
just
happened
saying
during
I
that
never said
conversation?
it.
You didn't say that you had a pregnancy scare, that you might be pregnant?
that you didn't go to your
No,
hotel
'cause I never
situationship,
was.
you didn't go next to his house, you didn't knock on my door because you said I might be pregnant, you didn't slam it in your face, calling you a bitch, calling you this, calling you a slut, blah, blah, blah.
And here we go with the too much information. We don't need to know all of what
It's
she
already on
said to
camera.
you.
Well, if I'm being called a liar,
Yes,
being
then why do you
accused,
have
she's
to back it up
impacted,
with
thank
you
you.
being
Being accused
going off of
of-
defamation then? Why do we have to know what else she
already
said
know.
to you?
Because apparently my whole life is out there. So.
not for me. You gave me the information.
Oh,
And
here we
because
go.
I
To
was
clarify,
upset.
there was a conversation. I did have a situationship at that
Can we
time.
get the tape where she just said I didn't say anything like that? So what conversation?
Can I finish
Why
what
did
I
get
was
to,
saying?
So I don't feel like I need to let you finish.
There was a conversation that I had with him. I did have a situationship at the time. There was never once anything of me being scared or thinking that I could possibly be pregnant. That part did not happen. The rest of it, yeah, it did happen. I did have a situationship, ended very badly. Had a door slammed in my face. Was called a bunch of names. Yeah, all of that part did happen. There
But
was
not
never
the pregnancy thing. So you think Samuel probably
that part
just
never happened.
did it to hurt your feelings?
At this point, yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
Have
What?
a little fibber. You're a fibber. You're a
Okay.
fucking liar.
Okay.
Liar. Liar.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Sydney, how do you feel about all this right now? Being kind of quiet.
Yeah. I mean, I think we can all attest to this, that like we're all human and we all make mistakes, especially when alcohol's involved. And I just feel like the situation's just escalating a lot more than it should, you know, because I mean, Sammy just apologized for it, and all you can do is apologize.
Well, he
And
apologized,
move
but
forward.
then just on
Just
camera,
totally.
just went ahead and added even more detail.
What else can I do though? And then
Yeah.
she's calling me a
What else
liar.
can you do? Not
You're
say
calling
anything.
me-
Calling
You're saying that what I'm repeating
Okay.
is a lie. I'm not a liar. I don't lie. What information I have, if I won't repeat it, yeah, I will repeat it. Especially if you do me wrong, which you did. So there's consequences.
Well, we'll get more into this. Secrets, betrayals, and clashing intentions. Even attempts at bonding can turn explosive.
Next week, the reunion concludes.